Welcome back to Birds and Swords, boys and girls. I am Micah, she's Alyssa, you're the listener, and we're back. So we're doing a special episode today, Birdasode.
Woo!
Birdasode, all birds all the time.
Yes.
How did it take us a year and a half to do an episode just on birds?
I don't know. It's been my only idea for a year and a half, so I'm quite surprised.
This is also Birdasode, a Merlin tribute. With that said, I wrote something and I would like to read it, if that's okay.
Yes.
It's called Shades of Grey. Shades of gray, she said, sifting through her thrift store finds. Among the vibrant fabrics and unwanted clutter sat a stone mantelpiece, calming and true. I love it, she exclaimed, raising the stone statue high above her head, showing it the pride land of its new home. She had seen many like it before, but never quite like this. Never quite like this. Shades of gray, she said, carefully placing it in the most visible shelf. Its monochrome had a reverse effect amongst its peers, shining brightly for her to see. And the inanimate didn't objectify. It once again had a purpose. Not in a box, not in an attic, not in the bottom of a bag beneath the vibrant fabrics and unwanted clutter. But here, on this shelf, on this stand, in her home. Shades of gray, she said, looking towards her statue for comfort. Exhausted were the days, some more than others, but the statue was always there, with its Mona Lisa smile. It watched her toil over works, it watched her in company with her friends, it watched her leap into happiness, and it watched her tear herself apart. Shades of gray, she'd say, no matter the cause. Perhaps the statue wasn't meant for this. Perhaps it was meant as a simpler decor. Perhaps she didn't need it, perhaps she didn't need it at all. But perhaps she did, and perhaps that's why she called it Merlin.
That was beautiful. What the hell?
Yeah.
That was gorgeous. God, you're really good.
Give myself a hand.
Yes. That was great. Wow.
So we're doing a bird episode, and I didn't feel like, and I actually talked to Zach about this ahead of time. I didn't feel like, I don't know how much I'm going to have to offer in this episode, so I wanted to do something special for Merlin because I love you, and it killed me to see how sad it was to lose your best friend. So as this being a Merlin tribute, I at least wanted to do some kind of vocal theater, at least something I could add that was meaningful. And I loved Merlin too. My interactions weren't as many as some, and I know you guys, you know, he was your boy. I don't know if you want to talk about him, but we lost Merlin 2 or 3 weeks ago. He was the best bird. He was the bird. And he also appeared in some of our promos. He was in our ads for Black Bayou Coffee Roasters. You know, he was always just the bird. And like I said, to lose him kind of killed me to see you that sad. So I wanted to honor him in some way. I don't know if it's dorky. I don't know if it's whatever. But so I just wanted to write something. So I hope you enjoyed that.
No, that was beautiful and it was perfect. I got Merlin years ago, probably 8 years ago. A friend of mine found him in the dumpster in a cat carrier and called me, and we went and picked him up, and he was just immediately grateful to be saved. He was just in this dumpster in a cat carrier, no food or water or anything, and we took him in, and this bird was everybody's best friend. He just wanted to be pet, he wanted to be scratched, he wanted to hang out on your shoulder and sing into your ear, and every time we took him to the vet, they were just blown away by how personable this bird was. So he was really my best friend, and he was my mental health burb, and just Merlin, he was the best. So losing him was definitely the hardest pet death I've ever gone through, but I really appreciate that you wrote that. It was very sweet. Everyone's been so amazing during this. A lot of people wouldn't understand losing a bird, yeah. But he was so much more, you know?
Yeah, people can understand losing a best friend, though.
Yeah.
You know, my cat is old, and I think that was some of, Zach was out of town at work, and you were like, I can't be alone right now. Are you doing anything? So I came and hang out and stuff, and we kind of talked about, man, I'm going to have to go through this at some point, too. And I think a lot of people can relate to that, having an animal that's really a member of your family. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Always there. Merlin was awesome, though. I'm so sorry that he's gone.
Thank you.
And the fact that it happened suddenly. It's not like it was
very tragic.
Kind of an out of nowhere thing. So
yeah, everybody's been so great. Ashley tattooed his little feet on me. Yes. And she did that. Show
the live stream.
Look at my boobs.
Don't violate any community standards. Yeah, she's got his actual, the veterinary office
Yeah,
The prince.
after he passed, actually, like all the doctors that took care of him throughout the week came in and gave their condolences, and they gave us his footprints in clay and ink for free because he was just so amazing and they loved him. So they didn't charge us. And then Ashley created a tattoo of the footprints to scale. It's his exact footprints, and then tattooed it on me. So
Forever.
yeah, and she did a beautiful digital painting of him, just gorgeous. So everybody's been great.
Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed it, and shout out to our friend Quasi, who I reached out to for some motivational support. And we're your friend, I guess. I've never met her. She's a lovely person, by the way.
Yeah.
But she gave me the motivation I needed. And she had you want to hold up the book? I actually bought her book, Bubblegum and Other Elastic Things. That is out today on Amazon. You can buy it right now. A collection of poems. She's like number one in women's.
Incredible. Oh my gosh.
Or new women's titles, I think.
Needs to brag more. My goodness.
Yeah, Quasi. So, yeah, Zach will link that in the comments if you want to check that out for sure. All right, so we're going to talk about birds today in honor of Merlin, the best bird. So today is all about birds. But first... So we've got a couple of news things to catch up on since we've been on air. Super Mario Brothers Wonder leads the way. So we had a big Nintendo Direct probably 3 weeks ago now. Super Mario Brothers Wonder, which is the new side-scrolling platformer 1 to 4 players Mario, which looks amazing. And for once, they redid his... Not for once, I guess. But it's rare that Nintendo redoes like their character and art design. So Mario and everybody looks a little different.
Yeah.
It is refreshing. So I'll say that. The game looks super fun. Did you watch the trailer?
Yeah.
So what did you think of it?
This is the side scroller one, right?
Yes.
Yes. I think it looks awesome. Because it feels like an old game, but modernized. Super fun, very like pop arty.
Yeah.
I'm just all around excited for it.
It's like a mix between 3D and like Paper Mario
Yeah.
art styles.
Yeah.
I feel like, which is a bold move for Nintendo. Mario doesn't change very often. The only thing I worry about, and it's the only reason I don't like the newer Mario platformer games as much, is that they are 4-player. So even when you're playing it single player, the levels are still kind of built for 4-player.
Is this one going to be like that too?
Yeah, it's 1 to 4 players.
Oh dear. Okay.
Which is fine, the family aspect. But if you've ever played 4 players it's chaos. It's pandemonium.
Yeah.
Like
I can't even do 2 players. Me and Zach almost broke up. So
yeah. I hate you. Yeah. I still think it looks awesome. I'll totally get it. I'll totally play it. Any new mainline Mario, especially platformers, those are my favorite. So I'll definitely get into it. But at the same time, the 4-player thing bugs me just a little bit because there'll be some of that.
Yeah, for sure.
Level design in there, some quirky things.
Yeah.
Looks awesome though. I'll take it. Super Mario RPG is getting a remake actually Super Mario Brothers Wonder comes out October 20th of this year, and then Super Mario RPG November 17th. That's a remake of Super Mario RPG Legend of the Seven Stars that actually came out, I don't know, 27 years ago. It was on Super Nintendo. So are you interested in that one at all? Did you play the original?
I don't think I did.
You grew up with like 64 and GameCube.
Yeah.
You probably missed it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I missed it.
It's quirky. It has good turn-based battles and all that good stuff.
I played like the Dreamland one and I hated it. That was turn-based.
Okay.
But I hated it. I played it and I hated it. I don't know what else to say. It was just bad.
New one, refreshed on the series. A lot of things updated, a lot of things changed, even some camera angles and stuff, more intense, more engaging. So I think that'll do well. I'm all in on that one as well. I think you will be too.
Yeah.
A year after it comes out.
Maybe 3 or 4.
when you play games. So I'm excited for that one too. So some big news for Mario stuff. And then I can't pass mentioning Mortal Kombat 1. Don't ask me why it's called that, but new Mortal Kombat coming. And it's called Mortal Kombat 1. I don't know how many times you can reboot the series.
I didn't even know that was going to be a thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I didn't even hear about it. Wow.
Maybe I should have nudged you ahead of time. Okay, we're going to talk about Mortal Kombat for
it's not like a total remake.
Nope.
They're just calling it
Mortal Kombat 1.
That's not confusing at all.
Well, if you've kept up with the storylines of the other games, there's now time travel and affecting things in play. So now you can make the story infinite, I guess.
Okay.
So they're calling it Mortal Kombat 1. It looks absolutely brutal. There's even almost like a fatalities trailer where the back half of the trailer has a lot of fatalities, and it's just
beautiful.
Yeah, it's as gruesome as it's ever been. I don't know how they keep thinking of ways to murder people. Creative ways to just murder people. Rip out your eyeballs, whatever it's going to be. So those are kinds of some of the things we missed. Diablo is out. I know a lot of people are loving it. I haven't got around to playing that.
Zach's been playing a lot of Diablo. That's been a big.
It'll suck you in, man.
Him. Yeah,
suck you in. And I know we've got a couple followers that play Diablo pretty hardcore. So I'm glad they're having fun. I hear it's awesome. And then Assassin's Creed we talked about earlier, Assassin's Creed Mirage, and we're like, meh, I'm about Assassin's Creed out.
Yeah.
There was even an update today, like on the narrative and how some of it connected to Valhalla.
Well, now they made the shitty movie, like the shitty newer movie. They made that canon too. Natasha was telling me about that.
The movie that came out like 5 years ago?
Yeah, the one where the like animus or whatever, he like is hooked up to his back and he's all jumping around and shit. It's not him laying down. Really boring, really bad movie, in my opinion, in my humble opinion. And it's canon. It's part of the series. And honestly,
Nope.
yeah, I'm just kind of over it. I'm kind of over it. It's kind of like the same game over and over.
Yeah, they were showing gameplay, and I was like, this game's out, right?
Right. We have this
for like 10 years.
Yeah, I think I fell off during Unity. I was like...
Yeah, well, I like the open world... Well, Origins came first, which was like the Egypt one. And then Odyssey was the Greek... mythology one.
I didn't even realize.
I played the hell out of that. It was just, they've changed it to like big open world games now.
Yeah.
And Mirage, like, I don't even know. They showed the protagonist and he looks like all the other guys.
Where does Mirage take place?
I don't even know. Let me look it up.
Somewhere in Europe.
Zach, Google Assassin's Creed Mirage and see where it takes place. Yeah, that's how much we care about it, though, because I don't know.
Yeah.
So Ubisoft had a showcase and meh.
Yeah.
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 They could keep putting out Far Cry's, though, and I'll keep playing those, and those are all the same.
I played part of 3.
Part of 3. 3 had the best villain.
Yeah. He was a good villain.
They're known for their villains.
But I was really bad at the game, so I stopped.
Yeah, it's like open world. Well, first-person shooters aren't your jam.
No, I'm pretty bad at them.
Yeah. So one other thing before we go to break, we talked about Merlin. This is the worst segue of all time. I had mentioned...
Speaking of dead birds.
Well, speaking of dead, remember we talked about putting this into an unlocked, and we wanted to talk about how we wanted to die. Do you want to talk about that right now?
How we want to die?
Is there a short way to talk about it?
How do I want to die? Baghdad. How do you want to die?
Takes place in Baghdad?
Baghdad.
Okay, Assassin's Creed Mirage in Baghdad.
All right.
For the people that care.
Well, how do you want to die?
Do you not have... I probably have a couple different ways. I think Merlin went out pretty good. Like, you're not going to forget that. You know what I mean? If he was... How old was he?
He had to be at least like 8.
So that's, what, a third of his life, maybe?
Yeah.
Okay, so he was 20-something, 30 in people years.
Aw.
I kind of want to go out like that. Like, well, I guess my
Okay, well, wait. How old are you? You're freaking me out.
Wait, are you past the cutoff? I'm right around the cutoff. No, I guess the first way would be a selfless way, right? Like saving someone.
Ooh, that'd be a cool one.
Like pushing someone out in front of a bus and then it hits me instead.
Yeah.
Like I'd be down with that.
That'd be a cool one.
Other than that would be, and me and Michaela Jade used to talk about this all the time because that's how dark our conversations were, I guess. Another would be horrifically. So, like, drive off a cliff accidentally.
Ooh, okay.
Skydiving accident.
Oh, wow.
You know, just some freak kind of, like, did you hear about Micah? What happened? He died. Oh my God, how did he die? He drove, the road was wet and his car went off of a fucking cliff and exploded and he's dead already. You know what I mean?
Yes. Okay.
Is it sick to indulge? I'm not saying indulge in that, but I don't,
That would be incredible, though, because, like, imagine the obituary. Like, you got to mention how wild the death was, right? Like, R.I.P. Micah, who fell off a cliff.
Yeah, like I said, selfless would be the way first. If I can save a child or a family because I'm not leaving any of that behind, like, I would do it. You're crossing... No. The selfless way would definitely be the way to go. Goofy shit.
Wow.
The selfless way would be the way to go, but other than that, like, nobody wants to die of cancer, right?
No,
Even though that's like how half of us
definitely
are
don't
go.
want old age.
And then the other half are going to be like, die in my sleep. Like, that's boring to me.
I don't want that.
Like, I want people to be really shook and sad for a few days.
Yeah.
Is that selfish of me?
No, I want something really dumb and funny. Like, you can't say how I died without laughing a little bit. Like, something like she slipped on a banana peel and hit her head on the counter.
The corner.
Yeah, and that was how she went. Like, something stupid. It has to be dumb. Like, really dumb. Like, she was jumping rope and her shoe was untied and she fell and hit her face and that was it.
It's almost like some Final Destination, like it's coming to get you. Like, if you die in some way like that, it's like coming for you.
Well, you ever hear the true crime? It's like a huge argument in the true crime community is the staircase. Do you know that one?
No.
Okay, so there's this like rich family, very rich, and this is just one of the wildest cases. You just couldn't. I could talk about it for hours because there's so many layers. But basically, this man and woman and then their children were not home, and the woman, they were like out by the pool having their wine, and then the lady went in and then the husband went in a little while later and found her dead at the bottom of the staircase, except there was so much fucking blood everywhere. It was like all over. It made no sense. Like, first of all, that would be cool if nobody could solve how I died. That's lit. But also the best theory about this, there's theories that he killed her, there's theories that other people killed her, there's theories on how she could have just slipped and fell, how the kids could have done it. There's all these theories, but my favorite theory is the owl theory. And there's a theory that an owl flew in through the window and attacked her and pushed her down the stairs. And the reason for this is because after one of the autopsies, they found like microscopic feathers in her hair, which can only be found on owl feet, like the microscopic ones. So people are like, she was for sure attacked by an owl.
That's the weirdest thing. Was there like a broken window or something that also led to
no, but there was an open window. So,
okay.
But owl attacks are few and far in between. So, like, I don't know if anybody. Well, obviously, some people believe this theory because it's out there, but most people don't believe this theory. But it's kind of my favorite.
Coolest,
because like
coolest of the theories.
If someone found my dead body and then they were like, "What if it was an owl?" Like,
this got owl written all over it.
It was the chickens, man. Go.
What do you got?
There were 7 like scratch or like stab wounds or slices on her skull, and they were all like 2.5 inches exactly, and that's how long an owl's like the width of an owl's talons can get when they grab something. So they think the owl tried to like grab her head.
That's wild. But it was probably just the husband.
Yeah, I think it was a husband because he was all over the place.
That's the only person's word we've got.
Yeah.
But you want to die creatively.
Yeah, creatively for sure. Or like mysteriously. But I don't want to disappear because...
Ooh, no.
No, I don't want to be like kidnapped because been there, done that. So.
Yeah, no. No. Yeah, mysterious or sudden or selfless.
Yeah. Yeah. I want them to hire a detective.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I want.
I want someone to sleuth over it.
Get Detective Pikachu on my case, on my murder case.
It's funny that neither you or I have dying peacefully in our sleep in our top 3.
I do not want to get old at all. I for sure don't want to get old.
So what's your age?
My cutoff? Probably like 45.
45? Your mom would probably still be alive.
Yeah, but she's young and beautiful, so I'm not going to be that way.
Man, 45.
So
you've got like 50
I'm not going to
years.
do anything crazy to speed up the process, but I'm just saying that I'm not trying to stick around longer than that either.
If it happens.
Yeah.
Well, this took a dark turn. I didn't know if we get too deep into it. This is a video game podcast. We're going to come back. We're going to talk about video games. Birds and Swords back with you. Brought to you by BetterHelp.com/The Barn, Black Bayou Coffee Roasters, Healthy Hemp Gear, and we will be back right after this.
to Micah and Alyssa on Birds and Swords. Please like, subscribe, turn on notifications, and smash that like button.
Thank you to BetterHelp for sponsoring this episode. BetterHelp is the world's largest therapy service, and it's 100% online. With BetterHelp, you can tap into a network of over 25,000 licensed and experienced therapists who can help you with a wide range of issues. To get started, you just answer a few questions about your needs and preferences in therapy. That way, BetterHelp can match you with the right therapist from their network. Then you can talk to your therapist however you feel comfortable, whether it's via text, chat, phone, or video call. You can message your therapist at any time and schedule live sessions when it's convenient for you. If your therapist isn't the right fit for any reason, you can switch to a new therapist at no additional charge. With BetterHelp, you get the same professionalism and quality you expect from in-office therapy, but with a therapist who is custom picked for you, more scheduling flexibility, and at a more affordable price. Get 10% off your first month at betterhelp.com/thebarn. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/thebarn.
So
what happened when I called you through Facebook Messenger? Nothing? Got nothing?
Nothing. I could hear the ringing on the live broadcast
But nothing on your phone at all?
on my phone.
Well, I was calling you through my computer, which is weird, I guess.
Yeah, actually, you try sending him a voice call. Nothing's showing up on your side.
Yeah, you could try calling me.
If you want, and you can see it, then that should work.
I don't know if it interrupted my... Hello?
Hello?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
you're totally on.
So-
There we go. Okay, there we
I'm
go.
gonna hang up my phone.
All right, so we've got Ashley on the line. Ashley, how's it going?
Pretty good. How are you guys?
Amazing. Look at how amazing Alyssa is. Even during a Merlin tribute, she's so happy, and she's so happy to hear from you.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so we'll give you a couple minutes. Do you have a bird in video game example, or your favorite bird in a game, or species of bird, or bird appearance in a video game?
Ooh. I love the owl from Super Mario 64.
Wow. That's not even one we thought of.
I didn't even think of that one.
Yeah, it was on one of the
No?
lists, but I didn't write it down. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, that's amazing.
Great one.
So tell
Wow.
us about the owl. Why do you love the owl?
The owl skip and the 64 speed runs.
So how do you do that?
I actually think they just blow him off completely, and it makes me really sad. Like, they don't include him anymore. They figure out a way to get around him.
No.
But that's
Heartbreaking.
its whole purpose. Man, I'm trying to remember.
I know. And that was always a really hard part for me, playing it the right way, where you scare him out of the tree and you grab his feet and he takes you up to a star on what is that, Thwomp's Fortress level.
Yeah.
Wow.
And they just don't need him anymore.
Tragic.
Wow, skipping all
It's
around.
so sad.
Yeah, well, that's like one of the most speedrun games ever.
Yeah.
Is Mario
Yeah.
64.
Oh, yeah.
Man, how they
I
skip
love to watch speedruns.
skip right around them. Well, penguins are
Yes. Throw them off the edge.
yes.
a big deal in 64.
I love those
The
penguins.
penguins.
Especially in Galaxy when they're in the little beach areas and they're just swimming around doing their thing. And they like waddle and shit.
What are they actually called? They're not just called penguins, are they?
I don't know. Do they have a name?
Oh, do they have a name?
I don't know, but they're always like, "Woo!"
I'm surprised they don't have a Mario Kart character.
Oh my god!
They
I
totally
would
don't.
play the shit out
Penguin
of that.
snub.
Yes.
There's no Mario Kart racer. But yeah, I don't know. They've got to call them something. I don't have my...
They're just called penguins.
Oh
Oh,
I
boring.
just looked it up. It's super boring.
wow, that's so rude. That's rude. We need to
Everything
appreciate
gets a
them.
funny name. The
But
big
not the
caterpillar
penguins.
is called a wiggler, and these are just called penguins.
I guess penguin is kind of a fun name already. Penguin.
Well, you always say pingers.
Little pengers.
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 They could have done that.
Yeah.
That would have been more exciting.
Sign me on to Mario right now. Name all the birds.
Nintendo, where are you?
I have a proposition.
We have important feedback for you.
Ashley, the tattoo looks good of Merlin's little feets on Alyssa.
Oh, thank you.
She showed the live stream. Well, you probably saw it. I think we stayed within community standards.
I don't think we got blocked.
But great job. Great job. Looks good.
Thank you.
Merlin immortalized.
Yes.
What is the other tattoo she did for you?
She did a couple. She did the king boo on my butt. And then
That's right.
she did the ghosts under my boobs. She did the skull cherries also under my boobs. She's done so much to my boobs. And then
the sensitive area. You touched her with the sensitive area.
yes. And then she did 2 really nice Studio Ghibli pieces under my knees. They're both bird pieces.
Yeah, those are really cool.
One is Spirited Away. It's the ducks taking a bath, and one's washing his hands. And then the other one is Kiki's Delivery Service. It's Ursula painting the crows on top of her house.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Big fan.
Yeah, you do good work, Ashley. Do you have what's your shot? You want to plug your tattoo stuff?
Oh, my favorite stuff to do is video game and anime stuff. It's always a good day when I get to do that.
Yes.
My tattoo Instagram is Ashley, ASHLEE, the letter V, tattoo. I don't have a lot of stuff on there, but I'm doing my best.
No, your stuff is really good. At least what I've seen on Alyssa. Maybe I'll let you put something on me someday.
The penguin from Super Mario 64. It
Yes.
sounds like.
Yes.
Apparently
Perfect.
That's what I need. Just throwing it off my shoulder or something.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That's what it
Yes.
sounds like.
That sounds
it's Mario, and then he's throwing the penguin, and
Yeah.
that's the tattoo.
You need to
that-
have like each like panel of it falling down your arm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be like a sleeve piece, and it's just
Yes.
that.
Yeah, at like 12 frames per second all the way down my arm.
Yes, please.
That'll be like the top of that little cabin,
Yes.
the whole thing.
Perfect.
So where's your shop in Menominee Falls?
Yep, Cal Tattoo.
Cal Tattoo. So go see Ashley at Cal Tattoo.
Yeah, give me all your anime and your video game stuff.
All right. Thanks for joining us. I'm going to hang up with you, but thanks for joining us and telling us about the owl and the pingers.
Well, thank you.
We
It was
appreciate
really
that.
fun.
Thank you, Ashley.
Bye, guys.
That was fun.
Hey girl, it's your song. Let's see that, but don't. I'ma try to do the things that you don't. Baby, it's your party, I just wanna play. What's that sound? What's that thing that's got me like wow? I'm tryna beat it up 12 rounds. Girl, look at that body, I just gotta say. When you back it up and you drop it down low. When you pick it up, girl, I'm ready to blow. I'ma stack it up and I'm spending it all. When I throw it up, start twerking like Miley. Twerking like Miley. Start twerking like Miley. Twerking like Miley.
Welcome back to Birds and Swords, Birdasode, a Merlin tribute brought to you by BetterHelp.com/the barn. So let's get into some birds, shall we? So what did we just hear? We heard a cockatiel doing the chocobo
Theme, yeah. And he nails it. It is perfect. It's so good. Oh.
So how long does it take for a bird to learn that? And how do they learn it?
That's a great question because I've never really successfully taught my birds many things. A long time. And I think what people do is they actually just like leave the song on repeat around the bird when they're not there. Because
Ooh,
I don't really know how
torture.
else. I don't really know how else you would like, because I really wanted to teach my birds the Lost Woods song. So I left it on repeat like all day once, and I came back and they were kind of pissed. So I was like, maybe this isn't the way to do it.
Dude, I would hate my life.
Yeah. So
Like 6 to 8 hours of
Yeah.
the same.
birds don't always pick up what you want them to. Like, I always try to teach like my birds how to say like, I love you, or like, give me a kiss. But they picked up on things like beer. So
What about what doing?
what doing? I
don't know
love
that
that
one.
bird. Not one of mine, but I love that. What doing? Mwah!
Yeah. Internet birds.
Yes.
I love internet birds.
Yes, me too.
Well, let's talk about some birds. Let's talk about some video game birds.
Yes.
I guess to start, so how do you, there's a lot of games where birds are featured and they're not NPCs, they're not human-esque type characters, they're actually birds, right?
Yeah.
And you have to like hunt or kill them, or they're an enemy of some sort. So how do you feel? I mean, you love birds. So how do you feel when you're put into those situations? Because that happens quite a bit.
Tortured. Absolutely tortured. I think like the best example I have is I think you say it like this, the Helmarok King in Wind Waker. It's that big bird you fight, and you really beat the shit out of that bird. And it like, I hate it because I just love birds and they're all so cute and fluffy to me. So even when they're my enemy, I know I have to do it, but I hate it. It just makes like my heart drop. It's like, okay, this isn't real, but I love you.
As you're taking the Master Sword to
Yeah,
its gut.
you're right.
So, well, what other game? I think it's games like Red Dead. Have you played Red Dead? Maybe not.
No.
Where it's more of a hunting aspect.
Yeah.
But there's also birds that you kill in like Breath of the Wild, right? You got to get a drumstick.
Oh.
You get the drumstick, and then you use it for recipes and things like that.
Yeah, for sure. I think I blocked that.
And you played a lot of Breath of the Wild, so did you just avoid all birds?
I think I just repressed it because I don't really remember.
So you did kill them.
Yeah, I must have, because I feel like I ate the drumsticks. I feel like.
Or made them in some kind of
Yeah.
delicious stew recipe. It required a drumstick. So you really repressed that?
Yeah, I think so, because I don't remember killing any birds, but I do remember having the drumsticks.
You played 200 hours of that game.
Yeah, I got all the Korok seeds, so I must have eaten a bird at some
There's
point.
even some, the puzzle things where it's like you do 5 stages of something. Like you shoot, like it's all arrow based. Like you stand on this ledge and like a circle closes and there's like a bird in it. And then you shoot the bird.
You shoot the bird?
And then you run to the next
That
one.
was in Breath of the Wild?
I think so. Maybe it's just Tears of the Kingdom.
I don't remember that.
Or maybe they're not birds and I'm just making all this up. No. Nope.
Nah.
You've seriously like blocked out all bird killing
I think so.
in Zelda games at least.
I think so. Oh my God. Okay.
But yeah, I've killed a lot of birds in my video game days, so it's interesting that, I don't know, they can be evil. What's the worst bird
Goose.
in a game?
Oh.
Generally, it's definitely a goose.
The worst bird? The worst bird. The worst.
Is there a villain bird?
The worst bird. I'm trying to look at my list of birds, but I feel like all birds are pretty great.
Well, the only boss birds I can think of are Bloodwing in Borderlands, which we're going to talk about anyway, which we've talked about in the past.
Yeah.
It's like a full-fledged boss fight, I guess. Multiple health bars, things like that.
Yeah.
I'm having a hard time thinking of others. There's probably some that have bird features or...
I mean, like, there's Songbird in BioShock, but that's not really a boss, nor I would consider a villain.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I feel like there's certainly... I mean, there was a bird that you have to fight in Shadow of Colossus. It was like one of the god things was a bird. I felt pretty rough taking that down.
Yeah.
Didn't really want to do it.
Tricky one too. The flying ones and the swimming ones were the hard ones.
Agreed.
Figure out a way to get on top of them.
Yeah.
No, that's a good call. Yeah, Shadow of the Colossus. But I can't think. I just feel like, I guess the point is that I feel like birds are usually portrayed positively.
Yeah.
Like there's
'Cause
not
they're
a
still
lot of.
round. They're round and good.
It's basically just because of their shape.
Yes. They're round and good. And well, it's kind of like there's like a running joke that Disney just keeps creating like dumb birds because they really do look dumb. So like especially like well, I guess it's Pixar, like Up. No, it's Disney too. Up, the bird Kevin, that like peacock ostrich thing, dumb. Hey Hey and Moana, dumb. The seagull and Little Mermaid, dumb. Like
Or Finding Nemo, they just
oh my god, the idiots. Like Disney loves dumb birds, and so do I.
That's an interesting point. I thought you were getting ready to like bash Disney, and you're like, but so do I. They get it. They get
I
it.
love birds. Like they can be kind of idiots, and I love it
Yeah,
because like kind of same, you know.
that's where you reconcile. But in video games, they seem like helpers a lot of the
they're,
time, or
like-
companions. Can I start? Even though my list is shorter?
Yeah, do it.
Talk about some video game birds. How about Donald Duck from Kingdom Hearts? The Duck. Oh man, I wish I had some sound bites for him because I enjoy the game more because of his like little catchphrases. Sora! Or healing. Dude, I love him so much, and he's so passionate in that game. I mean, I guess him and Goofy both are.
Yeah.
But he's just, oh man, he's just such a good bird, I think.
Yeah.
You know, like he's big in on the friendship thing, and he's also like the mage of the group.
Yeah.
And I always kind of gravitate towards the magic side of things in RPGs when I have the chance. And he's really good at healing you. He keeps you alive.
Yeah.
I love Donald.
That is a fantastic, like top of the list bird, video game bird for sure. I mean, I guess he was like a Disney bird first, but.
Oh yeah,
Like,
I mean, yeah, that
you
I
know.
mean that's kind of what Kingdom
But
Hearts
he was
is.
kind of an asshole when he was a Disney bird because he was like an abusive ex-Marine or whatever.
Yeah, like in the 1930s.
Yeah.
this is-
Had like PTSD, anger issues, you know.
Yeah.
But we've moved on. Now it's the power of friendship.
Yes. Yeah, I love him in Kingdom Hearts. I wish the only thing well, I don't know. Controlling Sora and Roxas and, man, I guess Aqua a little bit. I mean, that all means a lot, but sometimes I wish I could be Donald
Yes, a little waddle.
or Goofy. Yeah, right?
Like it.
Yeah. I'm going to go find this chest.
Yes.
Just waddle over and find it and hit it with his magic
Oh
wand.
gosh.
Yes. Beat that.
Beat that. That's hard to beat. I guess if I have to beat it, I would say that Ku from Ori. Yeah.
Dude, Ori's so good.
So good. And like the first game with the owls is just beautiful, really well done because do I go there?
Yep.
Okay. I mean, talk about villain birds. The whole time I was like, these aren't villain birds. And
Trickery.
yeah, it's just so well done because birds aren't bad. You look at a bird, it is good. And that was my mantra during that game. And then the second game, Ku is just this beautiful, adorable baby owl that is friends with beautiful, adorable Ori.
Yeah.
And everything is beautiful and adorable in that game. And just, I'm going to go home and play it again and cry. It's just
Right now.
Right now.
Yeah, both of them. Which game did you like better?
Ooh.
I think I still like the first one better.
I think I like the story of the first one better, but the gameplay and graphics were just ramped up for the second
That's
game.
true.
So I think like story of the first game, story and levels of the first game, but the gameplay and graphics of the second game.
Yeah. And owls too. Shout out to owls.
We love owls. I want an owl.
That's hard to do, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Never looked it up, but probably.
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 I want an owl and an ostrich. And a
Those are
peacock.
probably both hard to
Yeah.
maintain.
Well, I would trade my bike for an ostrich. Imagine me pulling up on my ostrich.
Yeah, that would be way funnier. Yeah, when you rolled in, I had a Devil May Cry reference, but the ostrich,
More Final Fantasy.
yeah, a little more Final Fantasy. Oh, jeez. How about the Rito in Breath of the Wild Forward? Have they appeared in any other games? I don't.
The Rito, they were in Wind Waker.
Right.
Yeah, that
you're
was their
right.
first appearance.
Yeah,
because they
man.
like evolved from the Zora.
Zora.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like an amateur for not displaying that. But the Rito, I love them. Man, in Tears of the Kingdom, they're some of the best. And I've done I've done 3. Who are the rock guys called?
The Gorons?
Gorons, yeah. They I just can't get in with them. Their stories don't fascinate me. The only thing I like about them is that they turn into a ball and
they roll around, especially in Ocarina of Time when they hit you.
Yeah, they like roll away after
and
you're
the
done talking
song's like,
to them.
boop, boop.
But I think the Rito, at least in Tears of the Kingdom, has been my favorite story segment of the game.
Ooh,
I love the Rito.
I think they were one of the last I visited in Breath of the Wild, and I was just so pumped.
They have like their, I guess, light spoiler. They have a new hero amongst them kind of thing that becomes like your companion.
Yeah.
So they have like an up-and-comer Rito that's like a badass and stuff. And that whole story and coupled with the gameplay is really, really cool. I couldn't tell you a lot about their role in the first game. I think I'm more gravitated towards it in Tears of the Kingdom. Love the Rito. That was the first one I did too.
Yeah.
Plus it's like the Sky Temple or something. I'm like, that sounds awesome. Let's go do that.
Right. That's so fun.
Love the Rito. They're good birds for sure.
I think that's my favorite.
Yeah, they're really like handy, self-sufficient birds too.
Yeah.
Like they always have the best shops and stuff. I don't know. It all just seems to work. Like they seem like the most knowledgeable.
And Wind Waker too. Like same deal. Like they were just a blast. Like they're like really the first island you visit after everything happens, and it's so cool. Yeah. I love them. Shout
out to the Rito.
Yes. Keeping it Zelda, we have the Kuko.
Oh, yeah. And
overpowering.
I'm going to overtake that before you even start talking about it. I showed you there's the prophecy, the Kuko that speaks all-knowing prophecies in Tears of the Kingdom. And all he does is like jump up and down on a stump and go, blah, blah. Go here and do that, blah.
Oh my God.
It's the greatest.
I love Kukos. I love that in some of the games you can like hold them and jump off things to glide places.
Yeah.
I love that like if you attack them, like a million of them come out of nowhere and kick your ass. Yeah. Like seriously, so funny. Kukos are like top tier video game birds. Yeah. Seriously.
And in the newer games, you can pick them up just like all the other games. And you just hold them above your head.
Yeah.
And they're just like flapping their wings. Yeah. Going crazy.
Yeah. Oh my God.
But there is an all-knowing prophecy telling special Kuko in Tears of the Kingdom.
I can't wait.
Badass.
Exciting.
Badass. Man, I don't even know how far they go back either. Like I feel like they're in A Link to the Past even.
They're far back. I know for sure Ocarina of Time, which was my first one.
Yeah.
So for sure that one, because I remember them.
Yeah. And they're just chickens.
They're literally chickens.
They're
called Kukos.
Love them.
What else you got?
Let's see. Falco from Star Fox. Did you play Star Fox?
Yes, I have that one also.
Nice. I love Falco. He's the edgy one. It was like the 90s.
Yeah.
The late 90s. So to have like an edgy one was like always the character that everybody gravitated towards, or the character that they could market. So I loved Falco, and I loved Star Fox. It was like totally innovative for its time. It's like I'm flying in 3D on a Super Nintendo. How's this? What do you remember about Falco? And he was blue, and he was pretty too. He was real vibrant.
Yeah, that was pretty. I remember him and the frog the best. I just remember the frog kind of bitching a lot, but yeah, I remember. Well, Falco, I remember really well from Super Smash Bros. Too.
Yeah.
Because obviously like Star Fox, but then some of the characters were in Super Smash Bros. And I always liked playing as him.
You play a lot of Smash?
No, not anymore. I did.
On GameCube, you were like an OG Smash Melee.
Yeah.
Melee.
I think Melee was the GameCube. I played the one on GameCube, and then there was one after it I played, and then I fell off.
That's about as competitive as you get.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, and it was not competitive. I was like playing Kirby and then walking off, eating people and walking off the edge. I was one of those.
Oh. But yeah, Falco. I don't think he's in Mario Kart either. That's another character I feel like could be in Mario Kart.
Yeah.
Or if he is, apologies. Because they've added like 5 waves of Mario Kart characters and tracks just to the Switch version.
Ashley said, what is the creepy bird item species in Skyward Sword called? Do you remember the thing like in the Sky Temple? I know exactly what she's talking about. They have almost a human face. They're like, ooh, or ooh, or something. Creepy.
I don't remember this.
Oh, I know exactly what she's talking about.
Skyward Sword?
Skyward Sword. Let me look it up.
Yeah, I don't think I played the back half of that game because
Great game.
there was
amazing game.
too much going on in my living room for
Sword.
that to be like jumping around.
Item thing. I don't know. Let's see. 1 second. Pause.
Pause the podcast.
Oh man, I don't know what it's called. I can't find it on here, but I'm pretty sure I know what she's talking about. It's like this little thing you can find.
Bird body, human face,
Sword.
skyward. So man, someone's already searched for that, believe it or not. It autofilled it.
It's this
Uka?
thing.
Uka? Ooh, yeah, I remember
Yeah.
that. Fuck that.
Uka. Yeah, creepy, right? What did these guys do even? Look at the nipples.
Yeah, they're green and saggy.
Oh man. Wow.
But yeah, total bird body.
That is like a bird. That's a freaky bird.
I'm guessing wings.
I don't think I could love that.
And then like a Buddhist monk's head.
Someone drew that and said, put it in Zelda.
I know, right?
What?
Like, this looks good.
Wow.
Publish that shit.
Wow. Good call, Ashley. Holy crap.
Wow. Yeah. It's called an Uka. OOCCA.
Awooga.
If that's how you say it.
Wow. Steven said we should talk about dinosaurs in video games because they are related to birds.
Ooh, that's true.
My green birds are dinosaurs. They act like velociraptors.
Really?
Yeah.
They can like communicate.
Yeah. Have you seen my Snapchats of them?
Yeah. They're always like, I think I messaged you that one time.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, the green birds are always like shoulder to shoulder, moving in sync.
Yeah. And they have this thing about feet now where they want to attack your feet at all times. So like you'll walk by and they will shoot out from under a table. You won't know they're there and they will try to rip the flesh off your toes.
Huh.
I don't know how to make them stop because they like when you scream. So like when you scream in fear, they laugh, they cackle. They're like, ah, ha, 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 ha. So
Those are the Kingdom Hearts birds, right?
yeah. So
Sora, Kairi, and Riku. And they're all dicks.
yeah.
Yeah, those are, if I'm over there, that's not the cage I go towards first. For sure.
Yeah. Those are the asshole birds.
Yeah.
But they're dinosaurs.
Yeah,
But that is
true.
a good point because like the further we get in life, the more and more scientists are like dinosaurs had feathers.
Yeah. Yeah, it's even crazy because I was super into dinosaurs when I was younger, and like the aspect, it's like totally different now.
Yeah.
Like, here's a velociraptor, and it's like, no, that's like an half ostrich, half dinosaur. It's got like feathers and...
Yeah, well, that's why I always call people on their bullshit when they're like, oh, if Jurassic Park was real, I would be a dinosaur tamer. Well, you're afraid of my freaking 3-inch tall birds.
Yeah.
So absolutely do not believe you.
Yeah. Dinosaurs in games. Turok was a good game. That's the given, I guess.
Ark,
yeah.
that's a good one. Zach plays that one a lot.
That's a good implementation of dinosaurs for sure. Because you can use them as mounts, right?
Yeah, you can do so much.
Yeah. I don't
You
know if he's got any other ideas. I remember playing Jurassic Park on like the Sega. It's terrible. It's like a side-scrolling platformer, but like the T-Rex you'd be in some kind of compound and the T-Rex would come through the wall or something. You'd have to go around it. Weird shit.
I did not play that one.
Yeah. Love dinosaurs though.
Big fan. What else you got on your list?
Well, keep in mind my list is way shorter than yours.
So do you want me to go?
Sure. Well, no, I'll take Angry Birds. How about Angry Birds?
Yeah, take Angry Birds.
Okay, Angry Birds is revolutionary. I don't know what all the birds are named except for the red one is named Red. They even had a movie.
Yeah, and it's
seen the
good.
movie?
It's good. I liked it. I watched it twice.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah, it's on Netflix, I think.
What a revolutionary game though, because it was accessible to everyone.
Yeah.
Like grandma could play it. Like it was all physics based that worked perfectly.
So much fun. Kind of like a puzzly.
Yeah, but who like came up? They were like, "Hey, let's make birds. Let's make them super round. They'll all do kind of like different things, but let's put them in a slingshot and have people fucking fire them at, whatever we come up with."
When Angry Birds,
why was that
when Angry Birds was like a big hit thing, I think my mom and I were like traveling to Florida or something, and I asked if I could play on her tablet, and I was playing Angry Birds for like the first time, and I like experienced the blackbird, which is a bomb.
The bomb, yeah.
Yeah, and very loud on the plane. I was like, oh, a bomb! And my mom was like freaked out because she was like, you're going to get us kicked off.
Yeah.
But I don't think anybody heard me. And if they did, then they were probably scared shitless for the next 3 hours. But like,
Core memory.
yeah.
So, yeah, you discovered the bomb bird on a plane.
Yes.
That's hilarious. That's good. That's good.
Well, in relation to Angry Bird, we have Flappy Bird.
Yep, Flappy Bird. Man, simplest. Whoever created that.
Rolling in it. I mean,
Yeah.
you could sell your phones with the game on it at one point because
Yeah,
when
they
the game,
discontinued it or
Yeah.
whatever from the store.
and that was a fun game. I had a good time.
It had like Mario pipes.
Yeah.
Mario type pipes, so people like gravitated towards that probably.
Yeah.
But all you did was like tap the screen.
Yeah. So you could flap the bird.
Flappy flap flap flap.
That was a good one.
Flappy Bird. And it got really hard too.
Yeah.
I didn't spend a ton of time with it, but I know some hardcore people did, and
I did.
There's probably some long YouTube videos of people playing for it. You did? Were you good at it?
I was pretty good. I made it pretty far. Me and one of my friends, like, we'd go back and forth all day, like, with our scores, and we just kept building and going. I don't think I was good as, like, the internet people,
Right.
you know, I wasn't like that, but
I could hang.
I could hang.
Hang with my friends. That's hilarious. Flappy Bird. Yeah, that was wonder how long that's been out. Decade?
Yeah, it was when I lived with my parents, so like at least like 10 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah. That was a good one though too. And well, Bird makes sense in that one at least. Like Angry Birds, like the birds don't necessarily.
You could have just done like balls,
Yeah.
but they made them birds, which was just awesome.
Yeah.
Because they were angry too,
Yeah.
for some reason.
Yeah. And all it was eyebrows.
Yeah, just like these big eyebrows. Like, they're gonna be birds and they're gonna be pissed.
Yeah, they're gonna be mad.
I guess for my next one, everybody knows the Chocobos, Final Fantasy.
Chocobos.
Square Enix, really. They just threw it in all their games. They said,
So if no
huge hit.
one had ever seen a chocobo without an image, describe what it looks like.
all right, so you're gonna take yellow. It's gonna be the size of an ostrich, but the body of a chicken. So body of a chicken, but size of an ostrich.
And their feet are really big.
Huge, like chicken feet. Those are chicken feet.
I feel like they're still upsized.
For sure. They're big.
Someone drew the.
They're like war animals in Final Fantasy. Like you take them to war. Like in 12, like a bunch of them die in the opening cutscene.
But they act as like horses.
Yeah, you mount them and you fight, and they are your steed. And it's like Final Fantasy 14. I asked every person that I could find playing that game how I got a chocobo until I finally got one. And it turns out.
So where does the song play? This is an actual cockatiel singing the chocobo thing.
Yes, we call our chocobo. We call our cockatiel Taz Professor Chocobo Cheeks because he's like a little chocobo and he's very smart. So we call him Professor Chocobo Cheeks. But the chocobo theme is pretty much anytime you mount a chocobo in the games of Final Fantasy. So anytime you're riding one, it plays.
Right. Yeah, you're right.
But there's also the chocobo dungeon game. I think it plays a lot in that. I haven't played that game, but I assume.
Well, I was going to ask. I was like, don't they have their own game? Like,
Yeah,
on
I haven't
3DS?
played it. Yeah.
Okay.
But chocobos are a huge hit, and there are other colored chocobos, but the main color is yellow. Most of them are yellow, and they're so cute.
Is there any game where you can customize them?
You can equip different things on your chocobos in Final Fantasy 14, the MMO. So you can give them like different armor and stuff, and
That makes sense.
I think you can raise different colored
Like
ones.
little helmets.
Yeah. You did like all kinds of outfits, but I haven't figured that out yet. I'm pretty new.
I'm pretty new. I'm new here.
I'm new here.
But I think they have like saddles and
Yeah.
they're treated as mounts or
Yeah.
horses.
I wish they were real so bad. I would raise chocobos.
But you're right. They look like a chicken. They're huge. They're like, what? A little taller than a human, probably 6 or 7 feet tall.
Yeah.
You mount them and
Yeah, it's like a
Ride
bird
'em
the
around.
size of a horse. Like,
Yeah.
it's just fantastic. It's my dream. It's my dream.
yeah.
So
I don't know how much conflict they have. I don't know if they're happy in their situation. They seem like they're
they're always like, "Kweh!" Like
Yeah.
with their little wings, like, "Kweh!"
yeah.
So they seem like pretty happy. And you give them some Geishel greens or whatever it's called, and they're just ready to rock.
Sure. Why should take care of them? They need a chocobo self-care game.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, there were some that we shared.
Yeah. So like Bloodwing, Borderlands.
Yep.
We kind of talked about. I mean, that was like because in the first game, Mordecai.
If you played Mordecai, he was your like special ability.
Yeah, but Mordecai was a sniper, so that was really hard for me. So I played Mordecai for Bloodwing, but I was really bad because I wasn't good at sniping. But it was worth it. And then the second game, we won't.
Yeah, I think the second game it meant as much as it did because of the first game.
Yeah,
I played I think I played a couple Mordecai playthroughs because he's like a special ability for you. You can just like hit triangle once the cooldown is done, and whatever enemy you target, he like goes and tries to like decapitate them or whatever. Like he's your bud, he's your companion, and you can use him for attack purposes. And then in the second game, you don't play as Mordecai, but he's an NPC and a character that's involved in the story. And worst comes to worst, unfortunately, and Handsome Jack, who's the villain of the game, kidnaps Bloodwing, mutates him, right? I guess he mutates him.
Yeah.
Because Bloodwing is turned in, I don't know, maybe he's testing something that he does with his robots or something, I forget. But he turns into like the size of a fucking house. And then it turns into a boss fight, and Mordecai is like trying to get to you, I think, because popular thing with Borderlands, you always have the radio comm, like you can always talk to people, so you have someone in your ear, so to speak. And Mordecai is in your ear for that entire battle, and I don't think he's there. I feel like he's on his way there or trying to get there, and he's screaming at you not to kill Bloodwing, but you have to because Bloodwing's attacking you, and Handsome Jack has turned him against you. And again, he's the size of a house, and he's got all the elemental damage. It's actually not an easy fight, I don't think. But the entire fight's super emotional because you have to, you're shooting this bird that you spent so much time with in the first game. And it's just killing a bird, I guess, for your sake.
I didn't enjoy it. It was not a good time.
Didn't enjoy it.
0 out of 10 stars.
Yeah, Borderlands 2 gets a 9.9, and they get that 10th knocked off with that Bloodwing bullshit.
Yes. Bringing it up a little bit on a higher note.
Please do.
Seriously, the best bird game probably out there, Untitled Goose Game.
Oh yeah, that's wacky.
Always say that I want to be reincarnated as a goose so bad, and like this is the reason. Play this. Have you played this game?
I played some of it. Like I was telling you earlier, I played like demo versions of it, but I never gave the full.
Just do it. You have to do the full game because it actually is a really cute story. And don't play 2-player because like the screen sharing is kind of rough and it kind of like kills the frame rate.
Are there 2 geese?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah. So you can play 2-player. Zach and I tried, but I was like, actually, just get off.
Pandemonium.
Yeah. It's so much fun. You honk, you grab things, you just cause chaos as geese do. The whole point is to just like cause mischief as a goose. So Untitled Goose Game, play it, please. It's just absolutely fantastic.
Kind of like the goat simulator thing.
Yes.
Similar game.
Yeah.
Similar game. So why are geese? And they chose a goose for a reason because geese are assholes,
yeah,
right? And
yeah.
So how are they assholes?
So
besides, at least in Wisconsin, we're kind of close to the lake. There's probably more geese here than in other parts of the country. Encounters I have with geese that suck, at least, are you're just like driving through a neighborhood or something, or even like out here on Appleton right here in front of McDonald's, in front of Walmart. It happens all the time. Like they just cross the road with their like probably toddler babies, not newborn, but like toddlers. They cross the road and it takes fucking 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And then it like backs up traffic. Does that happen to you?
Oh yeah, I love it.
They like don't have any self-awareness.
Well, that's the thing is like geese don't give a shit, right? Like other animals, when you approach them, they are like afraid of you, but like geese aren't. They like are not afraid of humans. They like step up and like they chase kids. They steal your food. They shit on the things you love. Like geese do not care, and that is why I love them. Like they don't let humans ruin them. Like we have infiltrated every habitat except geese. Like they were like, no, like we're still here and we will fuck you up.
Yeah.
And I have a lot of respect for that.
We're going to nest behind this Walmart.
Yes.
We don't give a shit.
We're going to hiss at your 2-year-old.
Yeah.
And geese have teeth, which is cool.
Really?
Yes. Geese have teeth. So when they bite you, that's why it hurts so bad.
So do some of these aspects come out in the Untitled Goose Game? Like that they're just dicks to humans?
Yeah. It's more mischief than it is like mean. Like you're not like biting babies, but and you don't really hiss, but you like honk and like steal old men's glasses.
Is there a honk button?
Yeah.
Wow.
There is a honk
I
button.
do need to play it.
It's so much fun.
Yeah,
It's so awesome.
That game's got to be like 99 cents by
It's
now.
I mean, when I got it, it was like $5. So on the Switch. So
Yeah.
definitely
Like I said, I
play
messed around with some like demo versions of it, and I was like, okay, I get it, but I
Yeah.
never played the full
it's
thing.
only like a 4-hour game. Just
yeah,
do it.
same with the Goat Simulator. Like I played some of it, and I was like, I get it. I
Yeah.
feel like I would probably get into it more because it feels like a checklisty game, and I like checklisty games. Where
Yeah,
it's like,
it actually is.
find all
It gives
these,
you
do all this.
Yeah, it gives you like a main checklist, but then you have bonus checklists like pandemonium you can cause.
So what happens when you beat it?
I can't tell you.
No, spoil it.
No, it's actually really cute.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
So it's not what you'd expect.
it's like full circle. It's very cute.
Okay. All right. Fair
So,
enough.
Highly recommend.
Fair enough. Untitled Goose Game. It's been out forever. If you haven't played it yet,
Title it.
title it.
Skatebird.
Skatebird. I remember when you found that. I
Yes.
actually looked up a bunch of YouTube videos. What was that?
I think Jordan is on the counter.
He's going after the pizza.
He's gotta be.
What were we talking about? Skatebird.
Yeah.
Yeah, I looked up, you were all into, I looked up some YouTube videos on it. And this was in like 2021 when you told me this.
Yeah.
I was like, this game looks like it's from 1997.
Yes.
Horrible textures, all that stuff. But you can make your own bird, and physics seemed okay. I don't think you played much of it, though, did you?
No, it's pretty like. It's fun for a couple hours. It was free, so that kind of tells
Okay.
you
It's on
from
Game-
there.
Game Pass. Or
Yeah, it was totally free, and you design your bird, and then you kind of skate around some kid's bedroom where he would
Yeah.
have this little like.
something. It played on
figure
like the
skateboard.
miniature thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was. I mean, it was really cute and really fun, but it was definitely a free game, if that makes sense. So like, I had a blast, but normal people probably wouldn't.
What'd your bird look like?
It was so cute. It looked.
Of course it was.
It looked like Merlin, to be honest. I made a little Merlin.
Gray.
Yeah, it was gray. It had the little white cheeks. It had a little poof on the head. It was so cute. Oh. Yeah, Skatebird. Songbird Symphony.
Yeah, I've heard you speak highly of that
seriously.
game. Indie game.
It's only like a 5-hour game, and you're just a little bird that shakes his ass to music. It's so cute. It's
It's rhythm. The gameplay is rhythm based, right?
yeah. So you press the buttons to the rhythm, and it actually gets pretty hard. Like not hard, but like I like to play rhythm games when I'm like high. And like, and like this one, like I was unable. Like it was like
challenge.
It was like you like suddenly you have to press like 5-6 buttons at once, and it was really fun. But they have all kinds. They have like seagulls, penguins, cockatoos, owls, peacocks. Because you're raised by this crazy peacock who's like Uncle Joe or something, and then you find out you're like, why don't I look like the other peacocks? And he's like, well, it's because you're adopted. So he's like, oh my gosh, I gotta go find my family, and everybody's like, you don't fit in here because we sing this note and you don't, and then you learn that note because you're a songbird, so you learn all the notes from all the birds, so each different bird teaches you a note. It's so wholesome and cute, and it's got a really good story.
Are you round?
He's so round.
So round.
So round. And he literally shakes his butt. He turns around and shakes his little tail at you when he dances.
So when you're doing the
Yeah, it's absolutely 10 out of 10 game.
10 out of 10.
Except the platforming could use some work, but because like to get to different bird areas, you have to like platform, and it's kind of confusing. But you meet this, oh my gosh, you make your best friend is an egg, and it's not fully hatched.
Egg?
Yeah, it's not fully hatched. The legs are sticking out, and he just follows you around. So it's like little legs sticking out of an egg, and his name is Egbert, and it's like he's your bestie.
Wow.
Really great game. Highly recommend.
I need to play that one too.
Please do. It's short and it's fun, and it's cheap. I think it was $5 when I got it. So,
Songbird Symphony.
Death's Door. I think you told me to play that one.
Yeah, you play as like a raven.
Yeah.
I think that game's kind of dark, right?
Yeah.
I actually didn't play it. I was like, I saw the trailer or something, and I was like, Alyssa,
It's hard.
you need to play this.
It's hard.
It won a bunch of awards. It was really
Yeah.
well received.
I remember the final boss. I was getting really pissed off. It's really good. It's essentially you collect souls to send them to the afterlife, and to but you have to solve like your own life mystery. It's really good. Very well done, and not very long either.
Might be the only game oh man, there's not a lot of games where you play as a bird.
Yeah, that one was
That's
full
one
bird.
of them though. Yeah.
Full bird.
Death Story. Yeah, that one was really well received. Really good indie game. We love our indie games.
Yes. The Songbird in BioShock.
Ooh.
That's such a good one. Seriously.
I've been wanting to replay Infinite, so I don't know why I haven't. Because I'm pretty sure I have that remastered collection or whatever.
Yeah.
Like digital.
It aged very well.
It was free at some point.
It aged really well.
Yeah, I need to go see Elizabeth and the Songbird.
Songbird was like...
And their relationship.
It's beautiful. And like, it really, for me, because I'm like being a bird fanatic, every time there's a bird character, I approach it with so much love. So even though it was portrayed kind of villainous, I was like, no, he just was keeping Elizabeth safe.
Protector. Yeah.
And like that scene at the very end where you like kind of see him in Rapture, like, oh God.
Yeah, that whole ending to that was bonkers. I played that game in high school for the first time. I think I was like a junior or senior in high school, and I took the next day of school off because of how much you had to recuperate.
Yeah, I had to like think about the ending so much. Yeah.
Well, the ending's like probably not 30 minutes, probably like 15 to 20 minutes of revelation.
Yeah.
Of twists, and
it's so good.
Yeah, it's better than M. Night Shyamalan's twist. It totally is. But man, yeah.
Yeah, I love Songbird.
Yeah. I love his design too.
And I like the little music song that plays.
Yeah. Plays a lot of times. It's almost like the Would You Kindly. It almost like ingrains itself in your brain. Mm-hmm. Like this sound means this thing. Songbird.
Good one.
I need like a Songbird statue or something. Like that would be cool.
There's a really cool pop that I got Natasha one year.
Oh, yeah, it's a big one, I think.
Yeah, it's big.
Yeah.
Other than that, I mean, we talked about the penguins in Mario. They're called penguins.
Weak. Boring.
Boring. They should be at least called pengers.
Pengers or... Man, it's really weird that they're just called penguins. Mario has a weird name for everything.
Literally everything.
They are cool in Mario.
There's certain villagers in Animal Crossing that are birds, but I don't play that.
Yeah, I have that written down too. And I know you don't. I've played some of it, but it's just like one of the 12 animals.
Yeah.
Like some of them are really awesome, some of them aren't. And that's all the animals are.
Yeah.
But they definitely have a place in Animal Crossing. Sure.
There's like a bird in the new Devil May Cry 5. One of the characters has a bird that attacks. That's pretty cool. Honorable mention kind of a thing. Like, I don't remember it that well, but it was cool.
Actual bird or is it companion?
It's like a companion.
Okay.
Yeah. Ghost of Tsushima, even though it's not like a character, I think it was really cool that you had to follow the yellow birds to get to like unlockable areas. I thought that was really, because every time I saw one, no matter what I was doing, I was like, and here we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's the bird.
I thought that was a really nice touch. Very naturey.
And there's only like 30 of them in the game or something.
Yeah.
But they would show you secrets.
Yeah, and they were really well done. They were
you're right. It was totally distracting. You could be doing whatever.
Main plot, people dying.
Shiny object.
Right. About to assassinate this chief of whatever, Mongolian chief, and then this cool bird. He's gonna take me to Hot Spring.
Yeah. Cliff edge. Might read a haiku while I'm there. Yeah.
Pokemon have tons of birds.
Yeah.
I mean, we have even the 3 legendary birds. I mean, there's all sorts of Pokemon birds, starter birds. My favorite Pokemon is a bird. It's Piplup.
Piplup. I've heard of that one.
Yes. He's a little sassy little penguin.
Little pinger.
Piplup. Yes. I love him. Who's your favorite bird Pokemon? On the spot.
Oh, I don't know. I'm not a Pokemon. Maybe Piplup. That's
Piplup's a good one.
Starter, right?
Yeah, he's like the Diamond and Pearl starter.
Yeah.
Little penguin.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of its evolutions, and
there's like tons of Pokemon. There's Owlette. You have a little plushie up there.
Oh yeah.
Pidgey and Pidgeotto and all that.
Yeah, there's some low levels.
So many good ones. And the 3 legendary birds, and there's Ho-Oh. Just tons of bird Pokemon, which makes me so happy. Yeah, Pokemon, you could go forever.
Yeah, you really could.
There is like Little Misfortune. Do you remember the bird that flips you off?
Yeah.
That could not pass that.
I don't even remember what she says.
I'm getting a Little Misfortune tattoo done by Ashley. I'm going to get Little Misfortune and Benji. And
Benji.
Benji. And she was like, you have to get the bird that flips people off.
Yeah.
And I was like, kind of do, don't I?
It's funny.
That it's so random. Like the game is like random, but like that.
Yeah, she stops for a second. She watches it fly. She's like, "Well, that's a rude bird."
Right? Like the first time you encounter it is when she's like falling and it like flaps by and like
Yeah.
she's like, well, that's rude. Like
Who thinks of that?
I just like literally flips you off. Iconic.
Yeah, that'd be a good tattoo too. That's funny.
And then the last thing I have, which is actually not something I played, but something that people keep recommending to me, is the pigeon dating simulator.
I've heard of it.
Yeah.
I've heard of it. So you're a pigeon and they're a pigeon too?
I don't know.
It's pigeon on pigeon?
I hope so, because it's weird if it's not, right?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I guess.
But I feel like it's something I need to give a try because
There are other animals involved.
yeah.
Why pigeons?
Well, first of all, don't get me started on pigeons because they are extremely underrated animals and we fuck them over because we forced them into cities and they adapted to living in cities and now we treat them like they're rats, which is super unfair because
Yeah.
they are very intelligent and sweet animals.
Yeah, we went from take this note to fucking Jamestown.
Yeah, to kick this thing before I get on the
fucking
subway.
pigeons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I love pigeons. And there's like people always send me this video of someone in, I think it's New York, and they're just like outside the subway station and they're picking up a pigeon and putting it in a paper bag very gently and then they walk away. That's me. Like I will pick up pigeons off of the sidewalk. I've done it. I love them. I'll take them home with me. I used to like when I lived on a farm, there was pigeons that would like be in the silos and I would bring them into the house and get in trouble. I love pigeons.
Pigeons. Yeah, and most people don't.
I love them. They're so intelligent and sweet. I love pigeons.
There's
And
just so many and they all look the same. I think that's,
No,
why,
they
that's why they
don't.
get a bad rap. No,
don't
I'm just saying that's why they
they
get a
don't
bad
look
rap.
the same.
No?
It's like chickens. Don't.
You're a bird lover though. You
Yeah.
have a different perspective.
That's true. That's true. I love them.
But you eat chicken.
I do. It's really good.
Yummy.
Yummy. I'm trying to
Serve
trying to
other
only
purposes.
eat the like cage free or whatever, like the ones that weren't inhumanely
Yeah.
murdered.
Get like shot up with
Yeah.
Kentucky Fried Serum.
Not that like my lack of payment makes any difference, but it makes me feel a little better that I'm not paying somebody that does this to the chickens.
Yeah, but if you
Personally-
eat like chicken nuggets, like those are
Right. I mean, I go to McDonald's and I get a chicken sandwich. I know that they're not cage-free chickens.
Right.
I know I know.
okay. Okay.
So, just don't tell the birds at home.
Part of their purpose.
Don't tell Riku.
Chicken is delicious.
It is.
It just is.
And it's pretty good for you too. Like I can't eat red meat, but I can eat chicken all day.
Plus, they fatten them up. Like their lives are great. Probably they're
Yeah.
like, fucking food. Again.
I want to raise chickens so bad. I'm like, I love living in the middle of the city. Milwaukee's barely a city, but I'm in the middle of it. And when I get out, not that I want to leave. That's my conundrum.
You need like a rooftop range.
Yes,
Where you can raise chickens like on the have some kind of fenced in.
that's what I need. I want to raise chickens and live in downtown Milwaukee.
Downtown chickens.
Dude, there's people in River West that have chickens, and I'm like, could I do that? Like,
that's like a whole reality series.
yes, it's just waiting to happen.
Downtown chickens.
Downtown chickens.
Downtown chickens. All right. Anything else? Birdasword? Nope. Birbasword?
Birbasword.
Maybe it's shaving cream. Barbasol.
Barbasol. Could be like a weed killer.
Yeah, maybe.
Birbasword.
So, yeah, lots of birds and games. And like I said, usually they're portrayed pretty positively.
They're awesome. Yeah.
So, all right, what are we going to do next?
I'm down for whatever. We
people
need to
do.
do another road trip sometime before summer's over.
Road trip. We need to go down to the barn probably.
Yeah. When I don't have a triple sinus infection.
Yep, do a show with the girls. They love them some Mario.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Well, Mario's not out till October, but we'll play some Party or some Kart.
Yeah.
Do that. All right. Well, thanks for joining us for our Birbasword. So many birds and so many games. Man, if you think about it too, from Angry Birds to chocobos, versatile animal,
Yeah.
the bird.
Just beautiful.
And ducks, like I said before, because they can
And ducks.
they can run on the land, swim, and fly.
Oh, we love.
It's unfair.
Ugh.
Donald can do all that.
It's true. He is a duck.
Sora!
Sandaga.
All right, tell everybody goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.